So when you've done your roast chicken and your mashed potato for your Sunday lunch, Monday evening you can be doing a chicken ravioli, but I want to add a little bit of special stuff to it. I'm going to add chives, I want to add some oyster sauce. The oyster sauce adds a silky dimension, adds an extra layer of flavour, and I'm kind of trying to introduce this sauce as something that you use every day. This is not about, oh, let me brew something out of the fridge or let me go shopping for this sauce specifically. Get it in your fridge, keep it in your fridge, and you know, use a tablespoon of it here, use 3 tablespoons of it there, and just kind of work it into your everyday consumption, because it'll add different layers of flavour to all of your cooking. And I'm going to use whole eggs, some flour, and parmesan just over the end, and in the filling too. You need a big, flat surface. You can use your dining table, you can use your kitchen surface, whatever. Make sure it's dry, and you need to be using a special type of flour, but every supermarket carries it now. Tipo 00. 00 means the mill, the fineness of how it's been ground. 500 grams of that out to the table. We create a well. So I've got 2 whole eggs and 5 egg yolks. And the egg yolk makes it very silky. Touch of olive oil, flick it over the top. Add a pinch of salt and mix. Just incorporate that wet paste into the flour, and this whole process is about pulling the gluten strands through the flour, and that is what's going to make your pasta strong. Not only have I put 500 grams of flour on, but the recipe also asks for flour for dusting, because it's inevitable that you'll always end up with it just feeling a little bit sticky. All of a sudden, you've got this stretchy process. You see it sticking? If I push, it doesn't push in. If I come away, it's still complete. Just like any pastry, any bread dough, anything, it needs time to relax. In an hour, it'll know it's a ball of pasta and it'll want to react and work with you. So what we've got is the perfect amount of time to show you how to make the filling. Chicken, literally pull it out. I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to get about equal proportions and mash the chicken. Got about 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce going on here. This looks like a lot, but we're going to divide it into 6. And actually, it's all in moderation, but the flavour when it comes together is just fantastic. That dark brown colour that you saw this oyster sauce going in is very, very quickly going to be absorbed, and all of a sudden we're going to be having, I don't know if you can't smell it, but the chives are kicking off big time. And now we start to have some fun, because we've got to make the ravioli. You know, this pasta's been resting now for about 1 hour and 20 minutes in the fridge. You're strengthening the elasticity of your pasta. If it pulls and it stops, it's not really strong enough. We're working on number 1. What you then do is you pull the nozzle out, turn it, click it into number 2. Number 3, I'm looking for, potentially, to just be able to see the colour of my skin through it. That sort of indicates that we're about the right thickness. And this is going to be the last roll through before I begin to make my ravioli. There's your sheet of pasta. All right, you can see me through there. See the hand colour? Perfect. So we're there. So this now is the pasta as we want it. It really hasn't been hard work. It's been pretty simple. Drop some chicken and potato with your chives. 2 fingers in between each space. It needs to be about palm size. Now, we need to stick these ravioli together, and, you know, with a bit of water, that's all you need, don't need egg. Roll it down the front. 1 more. And now my favourite part. Then over the top with the ravioli. What you can't do is leave any air inside the ravioli. So the trick is to push the air out. You want to be pushing there all in that direction. Hand on, push and squeeze. With my spurs, take the end off. And then go the full length. Squash out the air. because the air expands and pops in the pot. So what you need to make sure is when you put this ravioli into the water that the water isn't boiling vigorously, because if you put it in there and it is rolling too much, the ravioli will split. So just while they're cooking there, I'm going to take 50 grams of butter. As that's melting, a couple of chives. And I want that butter just to melt, and it's just going to start bubbling, and as it bubbles, that's ready to go. Now you can see actually pasta, fresh pasta when it's cooked, floats. They're already floating, so we're already there on those. I'm just going to push them down, flip them over, so use the spoon, just pop the buns down, and then you're going to have these, look at these ravioli, look at that. You can see the filling in there, warming up nicely. Right, perfect. Hot, steaming ravioli on the plate. It's just foaming. Can you see that foaming butter? Foaming chive butter over the top of these ravioli. Inside there is the oyster sauce, the mashed potato, the roast chicken. And just to finish it off, we put a little bit of parmesan in the centre and a little bit of parmesan to finish. And that's as simple as it is. I've got ravioli stuffed with potato, roast chicken, oyster sauce, chopped chives. And it's quick, easy and fun.